Well, howdy. Oh no, I'm disappeared. Ah, there I am. Look at that. We fixed it. Howdy doodly, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Thank you to J Clerking AC and TC2 Cold for the follows. Yo, King Pokey in the house. Yo, Pokey, I figured that might have been you. JC Lurking AC. That makes more sense. You know what? I said J Clerking. JC Lurking makes a heck of a lot more sense. But tonight we have a lot of fun. Tonight we have Thanks Gaming appearing for the first time on our stream. We finally got him, guys. We finally locked him down against the infamous EX Trainers. But our teams are eager and ready to go, so we are going to get the ready checks from everyone. All right. We're going to ping and we're going to make sure that we're good, and then we're going to move into game number one. We want to make sure we're good. He says, okay, good, we're sorry, but that's just the internet down. We're making sure everybody's good, so. All right, away we go. Let's get into game number one. Whoa, I know, we are so quick with this tonight. So quick tonight. But I am on a bit of a delay, so I will be interacting with chat a little bit less than I normally am. But we have Thanks Gaming on your purple side, and we have EX Trainers on the orange side. EX Trainers looking to dethrone Thanks Gaming from that perfect record tonight. And we do have a bit of a sub in here on V Silver Moon, and we have the debut of one of their newest members, Fairy. You might recognize Fairy from Team Meow. They used to be playing here in the Zygarde League. They bowed out, but she is back with a vengeance, playing for Thanks Gaming. Even got that fancy tag and everything. But we have Latios and Leafeon banned. Latios is legal this week. Latios still banned. We have Ho-Oh and Suicune coming in here for the side of EX Trainers. They are in the second pick position. They're saying no to the Suicune, no to the Ho-Oh. If we can't get them first, we're not willing to trade them up. We're going to lock that in. And Thanks Gaming locking in with the infamous Slowbro. This is a Pokemon that they often pick, they often use, that they often use to build around specific types of comps. So we'll see exactly who it is they're going to be using with this Slowbro tonight. But I'm pretty sure we already know who it's going to be. And we got Julio DeFulio and Rada locking in the Snorlax and that Blissey. That is going to be a nice solid core. Nice solid comp there to be able to build around as well. Blissey being able to throw in those eggs if you have a lot of CC coming in or if you're afraid of it. Snorlax being able to peel. Blissey also with the safeguard if you fear CC coming in. But we have Mew and Umbreon. Unfortunately, when you got two picks coming in, when you're probably going to pick damage or carry or some sort, those two Pokemon right there don't give a lot of information. We are locking in triple tank, double attacker with the Decidueye. So, locked in Slowbro. I figured Decidueye was coming tonight. Didn't expect triple tank. Did not expect triple tank. That is going to be very difficult to get through and to break through. These are Thanks Gaming is infamous for creating walls. So you to come into this, to get at them, you need wall breakers or good divers. They're not afraid of much. But when we come over here and we look at EX Trainers, we got Glaceon, we got Charizard, and we got Rapidash. So Rapidash is going to be looking to dive on top of that Desi. Decidueye is going to be very scared of this thing right now, because if it's able to get back on it before it's able to get online and to get ahead, it is going to be in trouble. So you got to rely on that Crustle to peel for you. You got to rely on that Slowbro to peel for you. You got to rely on that Umbreon to be able to get in there, lock in, and be able to shove either the Rapidash out with Foul Play or to lock it down with Mean Look. But meanwhile, we do have those tanks capable of being shredded. Charizard, unless you lock it in Mean Look or lock it down with Slowbro Unite, is going to get to that Desi almost every single time with Unite move. Glaceon, however, one of the biggest things that tanks usually suffer from is special defense. Special defense is usually one of the stats that they don't have a lot of, so Pokemon like Shredder, Pokemon Shredders like Glaceon are able to go in and deal a lot of damage to these guys. So Glaceon is going to be a very interesting pick coming in here. But we are in now into game number 1. Again, we have Thanks Gaming, your purple team, and we have EX Trainers, your orange team. We have that double tank up here in the top here coming against the Charmander and the Blissey. We have Charmander and Chansey. Charmander going right for stacks, not messing around. Crustle doing the same thing. Little Dwebble, oh, look at that. That's an adorable animation right there, not going to lie. But that's all they're doing. But guess what, guys? Guess what? We got the invade. Radha is going all in. They're like, listen, we've seen this Decidueye. We know what can happen. And we've already got Fairy peeling in on the Mew to help JK. JK needs a little bit of help. The Snorlax is able to get it. He will not have his level 5, especially since that Eevee took the KO on him. Webble is very low, going to get taken down by the Fire Spin. Rapidash coming in for these mid-birds here in 5 seconds, getting on that Eevee, but we do not have Decidueye yet. We don't have Dartrix. Dartrix just coming online now, but EX Trainers is out of position. All of this farm here, all of these wild Pokemon, their capture is going to go to the side of Thanks Gaming here. Umbreon, nice KO. Oh, here goes the Rapidash. Oh, you can't. Oh, that work by the Snorlax, undone in a split second. You gotta be careful of those. You gotta be careful of those because as soon as that Decidueye gets a red buff on it, that is instant slow. That is going to be monstrous for it, especially since it looks like it has been built for Razor Leaf. Oh, but we have a nice little bit of a pad crash coming down here on the side of EX Trainers. We got Snorlax, Glaceon extending very heavily. Decidueye is online. It is level 7. They're going for the Pokemon here. Rapidash getting on top of it, but it's not going to be enough. That Decidueye pulling around, playing around its tanks. Again, this is why you need wall breakers, because that Decidueye will walk on top of its own tanks, it'll walk behind it, and it's got 3 juicy targets to be able to sit behind. Glaceon has to target these down. You got to play as your 5s, especially against Thanks Gaming here. Let them go off, do their one thing alone. Play as a 5, look for the KOs. Oh, we got a huge KO on the Mew. We got Snorlax going down, though. We got points raining in, though. Small points right now. We don't want to break it at this point. Thanks Gaming is doing a really good job of being able to pull this pad down to really low for a nice big break. But we are going to get the collapse on the Crustle. That is huge. That was a level 8 Crustle. We got Charizard off of that. We got level 7 Blissey. We got level 8 Rapidash. Now, are we going to break, or are we just going to go for all this? Or are we just going to capture? We're going to capture, but back down here in the bottom lane here. Oh, Glaceon got a lock on the Decidueye, but it's not going to be enough. Glaceon is by itself. They're going to take the Regirock for the side of Thanks Gaming as they now push into this bottom tier 2. They have the Razor Leaf Decidueye. They are able to push this. We have Fairy very low. Oh, nice body block from her, being able to block for the Decidueye there. But that Glaceon is going to collapse. Umbreon doing everything in its power to keep the Decidueye going. Snorlax is able to get on and is able to start pushing towards. They're collapsing on the Decidueye. Unite down. There it is. It took so many resources for EX Trainers to get that to Decidueye, but get it, they did. And look at the EXP swing. Rapidash now 9, Glaceon 8, Charizard now 10. Our levels are evening up. Only the tanks are ahead. Sorry, only our EXP share tanks are ahead right now. We got massive points going in. Oh, EX Trainers not caring. We got 42 and then 30. Not caring about that over. They just want that pad gone. They take a nice lead of 190 to 123. Snorlax is trapped. Nice block onto this Decidueye, being able to lock it, trying to push it towards the allies, but the allies escape. Crustle coming in with Unite, trying to grab this Charizard. All of this reflect revenge damage doing its work. Crustle trapping the Charizard in. Oh, nice Blissey assault there. Bliss assist right there coming through. Oh, Crustle is in danger and he's gone. But Mew is able to do a nice peel, but the Decidueye comes in with the Mew Unite, but isn't going to do it. Oh, and the Charizard picks up the knockout. Level 12 Decidueye goes down, but level 12 Charizard has arisen. And now we are chasing down this Slowbro. We are going for the KO here, but that is a beefy, bulky man right there. Yeah, with the Mew coaching, that's going to give it some shields, being able to allow that Slowbro to get back onto pad. Rada is caught out as Snorlax, but they are still able to get away. We have 5 seconds here until this topside Regieleki, which could be a huge one if EX Trainers is able to secure it and is able to break the tier 2 pad. We do have Regice in the bottom here, and we do have Glaceon going straight for this with the Blissey Rip. The eggs are trying to do what they can, but Decidueye is here. Umbreon is here. Mew is here, and Snorlax is here. Rada with a nice peel coming in, trying to stall out, but that Umbreon mean look just too mean. But there's the Decidueye. The Rapidash gets on top of it. The Glaceon's looking for it, but nice peel from the Crustle there. Nice shielding from body blocking from the Umbreon, but it was not enough. EX Trainers has figured out the secret sauce to this. They take down the Umbreon, they take down the Decidueye, and that is it. But that's what you think. But then you don't look. You've realized you've miscalculated. You didn't count on Carry Crustle with the double knockout. Look at that. You can't discount Soul on these random carry Pokemon. And random it does seem, but they're just more unconventional. Does he get out? No shot. Look at that. 1 HP in a dream, just walks away like it's nothing. He wasn't panicking at all. Rada's going to go down to a nice Decidueye Razor Leaf there. Charizard going to follow suit with a nice double knockout for it. JK on that Decidueye. Chels is looking to grab level 13 on Rapidash here as Glaceon has now trying to disengage from the Slowbro. We are 50 seconds out. Thanks Gaming has 123 points to EX Trainers 210. They are behind on points. They need to make something happen at this Rayquaza pit, because if not, EX Trainers is going to take the first win off of Thanks Gaming. Thanks Gaming having that perfect record within the Zygarde League, hasn't dropped a set, hasn't even dropped a single game. EX Trainers looking to make that record disappear. Oh, Julio de Fulio, don't be a fool. Oh, that is brave. We have Julio and Willow looking to crash this pad and to get some nice dunks coming in here. 45 coming in. Rapidash going to break it. We do not get to take advantage of the double points. Crustle with the wall coming in. Decidueye starting to rip, but that's only to bait them in. Oh, it's locked into this Rapidash Unite here. Decidueye goes down. No, he is. Look at that. Look at all that shielding. Look at all that. They baited them in. They pulled them down. I thought the Decidueye was orange, but remember, he's purple. Willow coming in with the Unite here, but that is it. That is a complete team wipe for EX Trainers. Thanks Gaming was like, listen, we are undefeated, and we're going to keep this all the way up to Secret Tech in Week 9. And even then, they're going to be looking to break Secret Tech's record rather than have their own broken. EX Trainers is still in this, though, with 1 minute and 15 seconds left. All they got to do is rip these shields, make a good comeback. But when they're scattered like this, Razor Leaf Decidueye is just going to have its way with them. 3 KO knockout for the Decidueye, which at this point is not something you want. The follow-up on these Crustle walls, being able to lock down while they get their points in. Another Hundo Burger coming in. Everybody has scored. And look at that. Unsurprising, Fairy is KO'd once again. Somebody put an EXP share on her. I jest. But game number 1 will go to the side of Thanks Gaming. EX Trainers needs to look at what happened in that last fight. That Rayquaza fight, they had this game. They were ahead. For all intents and purposes, they were good, but Thanks Gaming was just so bulky. We had the Crustle Unite, we had the Umbreon Unite, we had the Slowbro Unite lock someone down. We might have been able to win all game. We might have had some decent points all around, but when the push came to shove, we were ultimately unable to secure the final team fight. And that is what really matters. Because remember, this is a game about points, not about fights. But just because that's the case doesn't mean you can ignore the fights, because those fights are super important. Because when you're 5 down, that's your goal pads open for all of those scores. But let's go take a look at what our teams did. 18 KOs for JK. We had 5 KOs for the Crustle, 5 for the the Umbreon there, 17 assists on that Slowbro. But we got nice 6 and 7 KOs for Charizard and Rapidash coming in here, and we have a nice 10-9 assists from Snorlax and Blissey. Everybody was pulling their weight, and look at these numbers. 180 damage on their Decidueye, bro, was flying. Crustle coming in with a nice respectable 61k. Mew coming in with 34, Slowbro coming in with 33, Umbreon coming in with 35. These were not Pokemon that were looking to do damage. They were used more for their utility, being able to lock down, stun, snipe, do whatever it is they can to ensure that this Decidueye came online. We have 82 on the Charizard, 76 on the Glaceon, and 57 on that Rapidash. So we were able to do our job, and we were focusing hard on this Decidueye. It just came down to that final fight. We weren't able to get to it from EX Trainers. But that's A-okay, because this is only game number 1. So we're going to go into game number 2. Now, normally we would be able to use the in-game feature, but we're not going to be able to use it this turn, or this time, because there's been so many bugs with it. So we're going to wait, and we're going to see. All right, so we're going to check with Rada there, team captain over there. We're going to check with Rada to see if they want game 1 or 2. We're going to go back into just chatting here. We're going to update our scenes here. We're going to update our points for our Thanksgiving members here. I'm going to just make sure we double check. Again, teams will be swapping with the opponents if they want first pick in this. So we are going to be double checking there as well. Now they have some time to talk and discuss, but let me tell you, they need to think about how it is they're going to get onto that, because so far, from what we've seen of in the past from Thanksgiving, is they build around a huge, thick protect the president comp. They like to play with that Decidueye. They like to get in it. So how do you beat it? You dive onto it, you outrange it, you outdamage it. That's basically what it is. You got to shred something faster than it can shred you. So the strategy then becomes, how do you go about doing that? Do you start picking away some of those tanks that make it viable? Do you pick the Decidueye away, hoping they don't have another auto attacker? Do you completely pivot your strategy? Maybe you leave the Suicune up, go for a Ho-Oh play, or vice versa. Leave the Ho-Oh up, go for a Suicune play. There's a lot of options for EX trainers to be able to do. So it'll be interesting to see what exactly it is that they are going to be doing coming in. Oh, we got a bunch of stuff coming in. Yo, AJ, thank you for the follow. I'm Potato. Thank you for the follow. Oh, no, that's your first time chat, not your follow. Wow, welcome in. Billowing Oak, welcome in. Is the LX game being streamed? I don't know. I just got notified that it's a thing that's happening. So Ashen Ones versus LX. Oh, it looks like it is starting now, unfortunately. No, unfortunately, Ashen Ones and LX is not being streamed, but next week is an option, because we have yet to get either team on stream, and we want to get everybody on stream at least once. We are waiting for our Thanksgiving. We are waiting for our fellers. We're going to ping ready check in this chat here. We haven't gotten a word from anybody. So I just want to make sure everybody's cool. Everything's going there. All right, we got a sticker from JK there that says go. They want first. All right. All right, but we are going to have first. So we are not going to be able to use the in-game feature. Perfect. So that while they're doing that, let's come over and let's swap the points here. Let's swap everything around because that's how we do things. All right, and there we go. We have, boom, everything is done. We are ready to go. All right. Our teams are ready to go. Perfect. All right. JK is ready. We'll ask for Rada. We'll see if Rada is ready. All right, JK, thank you for the go. I love that Pikachu sticker, by the way. And we're just waiting for anybody on the side of EX Trainers to say ready before we kick this off. Fairy, I know you're ready. JK has already spammed it. I'm trying for EX Trainers. I see the TG tag. You can't speak for both teams. You can't speak for both teams. We do not have a stream for that one yet today. However, they do have a PFP of it. Perfect. That is awesome. Yeah, no, unfortunately, this one and them coincided, and when you only got one able to do some stuff. I know some of the admins had some team practice stuff. All right, we are good to go. So let's start game number 2. Coming in here. All right, now let's get back to our scene before we get yelled at for not having the draft. Oh, look at that. We're just in time. They haven't even picked the draft yet. So we have Chels on first ban. We are looking at Latios. We're in a first pick position looking at a Latios ban. All right, we're getting rid of that sucker. We're saying, hey, oh, no way. Get that thing out of here. Well, now we have JK on the Suicune in a second pick. That's a good ban. You don't want the Suicune around. That is going to be a nightmare to deal with. And if you don't have anything you want to trade to make sure you get it, then you're definitely going to ban it away. But we have Ho-Oh being banned for the first slot. And we have Rapidash. Ooh, all right. So already we are seeing a target ban on the Rapidash. That Rapidash was doing some good work against Thanks Gaming. Oh no, our name. I just looked at the thing and I saw the name there is like, hey, it's off screen. It's Thanks Gaming. Thanks Gammy. Thanks Gammy. Sounds like we're thanking grandma there, but we fixed it. We are good. So look at that. Professional streamers, everybody. But we are going to see Gardevoir Blissey locked in for the side of EX Trainers. Debating on this Mamoswine pick. We do have Snorlax up. We are going to let the Mamoswine come through with a potential Snorlax going to the other way. We do have Leafeon coming in on Fairy, one of her mains. We have Snorlax, we have Slowbro coming in there, one of Plastoon's strongest. Then we have Comfey Garchomp. This is new. I don't think we've seen Thanksgiving play Garchomp this in the Zygarde League yet. This could be interesting. All right, we have Comfey Garchomp. So now EX Trainers gets to finalize their picks. We got Talonflame, Serena. So our only early game is Blissey. So we lose the early game, I think. We're in a very, very rough situation right now because we have the Mamoswine, we have the Gardevoir. They're going to come on. Gardevoir Serena is going to come online early, but not early enough. If we can get one of them online along with the Talonflame, I think we'll be fine. But if we're not able to get into that, I mean, Serena Garchomp going to head in that lane, that's always going to be rough because Serena doesn't have a strong secure outside Razor Leaf. And you got to hit like with every leaf off little bounce suites Razor Leaf. But Garchomp is a shredder. He's a beast in lane as a little tiny Gibble. And so he's able to get 5 really, really quickly, and if you're aggressive enough. And I think we are going to see a very aggressive lane coming from this Gibble. Because if you're going to be paired with that Comfey and that's going top lane with you, then you are going to be having a nightmare. Or we could see going bot side, because Soul is on the Snorlax, doesn't have an XP share. We could see Snorlax Comfey going into the top side, meanwhile Slowbro Garchomp into the bottom. Again, this is a very unconventional team composition right here. We got 2 tanks and a Comfey, so we don't have a whole lot of damage, but again, that's probably going to be a Flail Snorlax, which that is going to be a nightmare to deal with. Running up on a Gardevoir, smack, 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 go to sleep, then smack some more. That's going to be rough. But if Gardevoir is able to target the group, able to get the team together and lock it in with its Fairy Singularity, that could be the way to seal the deal. But we have EX Trainers, your purple team. We have Thanks Gaming, your orange team, as we come into game number 2 of this best of 5 set. So we are going to see Serena and Blissey come into the top here. And we are going to see that Snorlax Comfey coming into the top as well. Soul being able to be like, listen, I'm just going for stacks. Comfey here, guide me. This is going to allow Serena to stack very, very freely. We do have Blissey trying to out-secure Snorlax, which is going to be rough. You kind of have to position yourself in front of it in order to get that done. But we have, we got Jungle Chomp, but we have the Invade from Rada. Garchomp just needs this one last farm to get it. He gets, oh no, the Mamoswine was able to get it. Now he's got to escape, because if he can't escape, then it was all for naught. Or if the other team can't, yeah, there it is. All right, so the Gibble loses a lot of experience because of the Leafeon coming in to get it, but we still make the level 5. That means we're still in position to kidnap these birds, along with, did my eyes deceive me? Guys, did we just see Dig? We have Dig. We have Dig Garchomp. What? Guys, I should not be surprised at this by what Thanks Gaming does, but that is a weird move. But more power to you if you're able to make it work. Oh, that Sweet Kiss Comfey. I thought that was heals. Oh, that's so mean. Oh, do you have anything? You have to go Blissey. You got to get your Blissey online. Got to get that safeguard going, because Serena's doing everything she can, but that Sweet Kiss is just so mean. We do have the Garchomp coming in and being able to go toe-to-toe with the Fletchinder as Gabite. And but we do have Talonflame, but not going to be enough as Fairy comes in on that Leafeon, grabs the KO, while JK with the Gabite now moves in the top lane with Soul on Snorlax. Serena doing everything they can to get whatever farm they can to go toe-to-toe. It's just not going to be enough. Once the Sweet Kicks goes off, that is it. Serena is cooked. And to burst on Leafeon and shred on Garchomp. Level 8, the first Unite move going to Leafeon. We are now 720. We are 20 seconds away from our first objectives of the map. We have Regieleki spawning into the top path here, but we do not know which Reggie, Rock, Ice, or Steel is coming into the bottom here. Mamoswine putting up a valiant effort, goes down, but takes the Leafeon with it. Once again, Fairy is KO'd. There's not much where we don't see her KO'd. Just saying. Just saying. I mean, you gotta imagine, this is your debut match. I gotta pick on you a little bit. But Garchomp coming in with that Sweet Kiss Comfey here. Nice Earthquakes coming in, pulling all of its victims closer to it to keep it within basic range. Look at that, low HP being pulled into the Flex Zone, but Unite move coming through, picking up the KO onto that Blissey there. Not quite able to reach the Talonflame, but Talonflame has to run away. Fairy is running away on that Leafeon because 1 HP in a dream. Any wild Pokemon that decides to give her a little tap-a-tap, she is gone. But we are going to secure that with a nice rip from Garchomp and move in to break the tier 1 pad into this bottom lane. Now that we have that fight all rallied up and know what's going on, the EX Trainers is doing a fantastic job of being able to zone out this Regieleki. They want this. They know Thanks Gaming's not in a position to do it, but as they're ripping this, they're letting the Garchomp feed. Look at that Garchomp right into their center path, right into all those Pokemon capturing it, so they can't get that experience. They're going to go for a bottom pad push now. That's a nice revert counter pressure play coming in. But will it be enough? Garchomp does find them, the Blissey and the Mamoswine. They're not going to be with the team as they go into the bottom, but we have huge points coming in. 40 points from the Talonflame being scored. Another couple of points. We're going to break this pad. We're just going to go instant break. We are exactly 100 points behind. Brave Bird Talon picking up the KO on the Leafeon. Going to be huge as it further extends its lead to level 11. Staying on par, not with the Garchomp, but with the Snorlax. Look at that thing. That thing is now invading. It's 3 levels higher than the Piloswine. It is a beast and a half on its own. It's a raid boss, and when it gets support from Slowbro, Sweet Kiss Comfey, and Garchomp, it is just a menace to deal with because you wasted so many resources. The Power Nap coming through. Blissey going to be in struggle there, but we're just going down one by one to the Garchomp, Snorlax, Slowbro onslaught because of the Sweet Kiss Comfey. 96 to 236. When we look at the levels here, level 12 Snorlax, level 11 Garchomp. So we are not doing too bad on levels here. Level 11 Leafeon now ticking in, but we have a level 11 Talonflame, keeping good pace, but level 10 Serena, level 9 Gardevoir. We have to do something to take care of that. EX Trainer's going to be going into the top lane here. They will be grabbing every opportunity they can to put scores in. They're not caring about overcaps. They're just breaking pads. We are in huge disparity of 168 to 236 as Garchomp comes in with a nice dig Sweet Kiss combo, but the Mamoswine rocks it in with a nice fang. But the Fairy Singularity comes in, traps them all as Garchomp comes through, finally going down to the Talonbird. Double KO for the Gardevoir. Huge for the two of them. Chell's being able to get out on one hit and a dream. Although, no, he had to back. He wasn't going to make it. He didn't have faith. His moves were on cooldown. And the Snorlax, Slowbro, were able to cut him off and lock him down. EX Trainers is now going to be looking for a position into this Regieleki. They take out the Leafeon. Now, okay, they're in a 4v1 situation. Garchomp not up here. Oh, 4v2 up here. We didn't see the Slowbro. That's how well he's hiding in those bushes. Slowbro goes down to the Gardevoir, but Snorlax doing what Snorlax does best as Flail, getting right on top of that Gardevoir, being like, listen, I can hit you very hard. I'm gonna be your worst nightmare. And that is almost a level. That is now a level 14 Snorlax, by the way, folks. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely monstrous. But Thanks Gaming will now collapse on the final Regieleki of this match here. Garchomp going to be ripping. We have a lot of wild Pokemon on the field for capture here for the side of EX Trainers. So they need to grab this and come online. We have 13 on Garchomp, 13 on Leafeon, 14 on that Snorlax. We do have 13 on Talon and 13 on Gardevoir, so we are on pace. We need to get our Serena to level 13 as well if we have hope to any chance of coming into this fight. We have to know what our targets are. Blissey does not have the Unite move. Hopefully we get that very soon. That is a very, very important Unite move to have, especially coming into a Sweet Kiss Comfey. 15 now on that Snorlax as Serena ticks into 13. Garchomp going to be able to pull the Mamoswine. Nice vision from the Mamoswine, but it ultimately isn't going to do it. Oh, but they dive in. They pull the Garchomp out. They lock it down. They got so low. Garchomp Unite coming in. Gardevoir Unite coming through, too. Garchomp coming through, picking up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 KOs for EX Trainers going down. As Thanks Gaming now looks to shred and rip the Great Green Dragon to secure game number 2. Putting themselves into a match point position. This is absolutely demonic here. That Sweet Kiss was a problem for them all game. Oh, we got a nice shield break, though, here. Nice double. Oh, but the Comfey with the cheeky 98, be able to get it despite the weakness of it. But 168 to 634. We are with a push. We have a lot of points in our pockets. Snorlax is going straight for it, able to get those in. So 722? 722, okay. 45 seconds left. We got lots of points in the pocket. If we have Leafeon jump top and we able to KO it, that's a bunch of points that are going to get dropped too. So this could be really good for us. If we're able to get KOs and we're able to dunk our points, but we're splitting up, we're going for the push. No, it's over. It's done. Game number 2 is going to go. But Fairy is, look, once again, down and knocked out. But did really good being able to hold off EX Trainers in a 3v1 scenario for their team to be able to come up top here and lock down and prevent any sort of additional scores. And why is that important? Even at this stage in the game, because in a tiebreaker situation, total scores is a way to break those tiebreakers. But it's like one of those final things. You'd have to have like a perfectly matched win rate to really for it to come down to score. Like it's like the final thing. But scores are important. But we come in here, we got nice damage coming in here onto this Gardevoir. 69k on Guardy, 57 on Shells here on the Talonflame, and Julio with 59 damage healed on the Blissey, tanking 83 and tanking a 74 on the Mamoswine. But look at those. What was Comfey doing? 12k, 15k, 8k. It's almost like it was doing nothing, except it wasn't. It was sweet kissing every little thing in this game. That was annoying for sure. Fairy coming in with 70k, despite being the highest level guy in the first to reach 15. Be getting beat by the Leafeon in damage on 67, but the Garchomp, massive 107. Any sort of auto attacker is going to be rough in JK's hands, or rough to play against, I should say, in JK's hands, because my gosh, that is insane damage almost every game we get. So, what a game, what a set. Let's go into round 3. As we look to get a round 3 for the Zygarde League. Yo, Frito-Lay, what is up? Welcome in. Keep on casting like a god hide. Ah, thank you. Oh, yes. Let's Yes. All right, let's pin this. Let's replace the pin with the Ashen and LX game. Perfect. All right, let's get there. Guys, if you're interested in looking at Ashen ones and LX, the link is now pinned in the chat there, so make sure you go give them some love and stuff. We haven't been able to have them on stream yet, but that's going to change. Hopefully next week we're going to be looking out for their games to see what it is these teams are capable of doing, because my gosh, we are excited to see how they're coming in, because they're filling in the shoes for Team Meow and Hamsters, and those are some nice shoes to have to fill. So we are excited to see what it is they can do for sure. All right, let's double check with Rada. We're going to make sure that they are keeping first. And we got a watch party with AJ in the general chat, so that's awesome too. So if you're in the Zygarde League Discord server there, make sure to stop on by, go get some nice commentary from AJ, seeing what's going on there in the chat there. We do want to see what's going on, so we're gonna wait for confirmation there. Left side team, nope. Right side team, yep, there we go. Put that up to 2. So again, we're pinging our teams, we're asking them, hey, do you want to do this? Hey, are you good with that? But they have time in between each match to kind of discuss and talk about what their strategies are. All right, perfect. And they're good to go. So we're going to ping in the chat here. I mean, I already know what JK is going to say. I already know TG is ready, but it is the principle of the matter. Oh, perfect. All right, we're getting into game number 3. Match point. Match point for Thanks Gaming. All right, we got the potentially the final game of the set here coming in. All right, so we do have our band face. We're going to get that Latios band gone. Get him out of here. Suicune, same thing. Band gone. Get him out of here. Absolutely. No way are these Pokemon making it into this game tonight. Ho-Oh banned. Nobody wants to see Ho-Oh. Rapidash banned. Thanksgiving doesn't want to see Rapidash again. They're like, listen, no. It was funny the first time, but we're not having it. Okay, so, we're seeing a Slowbro. Yes, there we go. Thanksgiving no longer has Slowbro into the first pick slot. So now we're gonna have to force Plastoon onto something else because Rada says, bro, no. So Plastoon's gonna lock in that Snorlax. Like, listen, Soul got Snorlax last time. Maybe it's my turn to play it. And we are gonna have Fairy back on that Leafeon. We're gonna have Willowmori lock in Mew. And what are we going to do with Julio DeFulio? Are we going to lock in Blissey once more? 3, 2, 1. Locking in that Blissey pick. That's... Why did it show something on the other side there? That's weird. But you know what? Game's not... It's not a game unless it's a little weird. But no, all right. So we got that Blissey coming in. Depending on the amount of stuns or anything like that, we are going to see... We're probably going to see eggs out of Blissey. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, we got the triple tank core again. Are you kidding me? We don't have Slowbro with it, but we got Snorlax. But we're back to Umbreon, back to Crustle. This was something that EX Trainers was not able to handle in game number 1. Or sorry, they were able to handle it, but they had specific tools to do it. They had Charizard Unite. They had Rapidash. And who was the third Pokemon that they had there? There was something else. I can't remember off the top of my head. Memory of a goldfish, Old Hyde has. But. Well, we're going to see Greninja locked in on JK as we have Talonflame Metagross locked in for the side of EX Trainers. Okay, so we got nice early game to allow our scalers to come online. We're going to have a nice gank from the Talonflame. We're going to have a Metagross probably up in that top lane. Looking to get his stacks in, looking to be a menace as soon as possible. But on the side of Thanksgiving, we are going to have that Greninja most likely into the jungle there. Right into that center path. We have Snorlax going back into the carry hand. Plastoon got a little scared. He's like, listen, it's either Snorlax or Crustle, and I think I want Crustle because I saw what you did with that Snorlax. And then Fairy is just going to go off and do her own little thing with Silver Moon here. And just be like, we're just Eevees, and we're going to go do what Eevees do best, which is evolve at 4 and harass. So it is going to be interesting because we do have that same amount of early game on the side of Thanksgiving, but we do have that additional support from the Snorlax with its power tackle with it. And what I mean by that is that tackle has a very powerful, secure option coming in, and we already know that's going to go to the top lane, normally the bot lane, so that's going to be a menace for Metagross to deal with. But game number 3 in this best of 5 set, EX Trainers, your purple team, Thanksgiving, your orange team, who is now in match point position. Well, you know what? We gave topside a little bit of love last game. Let's go see what's going. No, let's go see what's going on bot. There we go. Always funny when you accidentally hit that button. Oh, nice secure from the Mew. Being able to... Oh, wait. JK's in the jungle. Oh, we have Leafeon jungle. Are we doing full clear or is it early clear? Early pressure here. We got both buffs being taken. Okay, we're going for full clear on the Leafeon, but we have nice Electro Ball coming out from the Mew. We have Slowbro being able to get nice pressure going in here. JK and Plastoon are behind on levels as Mew is now level 4 and Rada is looking for 4. Oh, nice secure from JK being able to get that in, but Fairy with the early gank into the bottom side lane. This means, yep, Silver is going to go down. Snorlax had to pull back, which means this lane is now in favor of EX Trainers. 16-14, but at this stage, points don't really matter. Blissey going to come online. Talonflame, Fletchinder and Matang going to collapse. onto those birds, being able to eliminate them, those poor Altaria, those poor Slobloos, as Snorlax comes in with nice flails coming in. Being able to lock that down. Now we do have Metang and Blissey coming in here. They are looking to zone and make sure that their wild Pokemon are safe and secure. Back in the bottom path, we have Willow and Rada looking to secure their path. Platoon getting a little bit ballsy. They're going down to the Slowbro Skull. Solar Beam combo. As EX Trainers now takes a nice position within this raid pit. We did see that with triple tanks, that Thanks Gaming almost lost their first game of the Zygarde League. EX Trainers was just that close. Talonflame almost getting caught out there by the Leafeon. That's huge. You got to be careful what you're doing with that. But we have triple tanks again, which means EX Trainers is in a position to be able to try to take that back. Slowbro not going to be able to make it down as Mew's trying to save them. Not going to be enough as Greninja now grabs those berries, but Umbreon is very low. But there's Plastoon. We saw Soul on this Crustle, and we saw it be just as nasty. Plastoon's just looking at him with angry, crusty eyes, being like, listen, just you wait until I get my X-Scissor. Then we're going to have hands. And there it is. There's the X-Scissor. And there we go. Right into the wall. Nice stuns. But look at that. 1 and 2 down. Huge knockouts for EX Trainers coming through here. As we now have our double tanks being forced back by a level 7 Slowbro. We got 30 points into the top lane here coming in for the side of EX Trainers. And another 330 coming in to break the tier 1 as we collapse on Regieleki. Talonflame now rotating into its center path there. No, we're coming down. We're coming bottom. We're not going to worry about getting our Unite move yet. Mew has it. That's all we need. Got a little bit baited by the clone. We are ripping Regice. We got Regieleki, but we are ripping Regice, so that's okay. We are going to see Thanks Gaming collapse onto this bottom here, but Talonflame has to go for it. Huge Unite out from the Leafeon being like, get out of here, Mew. I don't want your Unite move yet. Talonflame doesn't have it yet. It's got to come in anyways and engage, but Metagross has the crashing compute. Looking for the Leafeon, knocking it down, but Wall's not trapping anybody. In fact, getting trapped within its own walls, within a wall from that Umbreon here. Huge coming in for the side of, oh, nice kidnap from the Talonflame. Collapse, take down the Crustle, take down the Umbreon. The tanks are going down. Blissey has Unite. Can it find a target? It dies. Huge Unite from the Blissey, be able to save itself and bait the Greninja, not just in for a KO, but to grab the Unite out as well. Oh my goodness. EX Trainers might be behind on points right now, but they're getting ahead on levels, and they are getting away on these team fights. Thanks Gaming has now got to reevaluate what it is they need to do to get to keep their lead within this, to regain the level lead, and to come back into this. We are 5 minutes only into this game. It feels like an eternity. Again, EX Trainers is looking to take their first win off of, the first win off of Thanks Gaming. Thanks Gaming currently undefeated. Thanks Gaming looking to stay undefeated as they now rotate into the bottom. They're going to crash with 9, 9, 11, and 19. Can we get it? There's 19, there's 13, there's 9 and 11. Huge coming in to bait them down. Now we have 33 points in the Leafeon's pockets. We're going to collapse on Slowbro, but jump pads are up. Can't overstay our welcome as Snorlax is pressuring that top lane. Doing a very, very good job there. We do have 40 points, but that Snorlax is going to go down if you don't have an XP shirt. Oh, we say go down, but it almost didn't. But we have a huge collapse from EX Trainers to take it down. Random Words almost got beat by the Snorlax on their own pad. As a Metagross, that is always rough, but when your Snorlax is fully stacked, there's not a whole lot you can do. Nice collapse with the Talonflame Fly and the Mew Solar Beam secure, being able to lock in that Regieleki, which will be the last one for this game. Possibly the last of the set. We are 99 points down. One Hundo Burger during 20 points will put us ahead by 1 for EX Trainers. Crustal Unite move coming out. Trying to trap in random words. Not going to be enough. Blissey Unite coming out. Oh, that might be a little bit late for the Blissey. Do we have Slowbro Unite? We are getting resources galore with our tanky Pokemon. Blissey's trying to get out on 1 HP and a Dream Fairy coming in with a triple knockout. It managed to pick up the Metagross and it managed to pick up the Talonflame. Slowbro is looking to be the next victim as they collapse on it, but oh, there we go. Didn't get the credit for the Quadra, but we'll just say it was a Quadra KO for that Leafeon. That's going to be massive going into this section of the game right now, because we are seeing a lot of map pressure from Thanksgiving. Even though Soul is on 1 HP and a Dream, well, not 1 HP, but he's low. But he's harassing the heck out of EX Trainers, trying to bait them in. That HP, you think, hey, that's, like he should base, he should go back, but I bet you anything that's intentional. When you see a Pokemon that's low HP like that, you kind of like aggro towards it. You're like, I can kill it, I can kill it, I can kill it, I can get the KO, I get the KO, I get the KO. And what happens is you chase it, get lured into an ambush, and then you get picked. So you got to be very careful about situations like that, because are you able to actually secure the KO safely, or are you just going to run to your demise and get picked? Regirock going to be the last objective before the final boss appears. Rayquaza appearing now. Our teams are at 125 to 234 in favor of Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving does not have to do anything here except defend and be nuisances, which they're already good at. But nice Solar Beam coming out here. Slowbro caught in the thick of it. Going to be the first victim of this Rayquaza fight. Mew slowly going to get down here, but Plastoon trolling Soul a little bit. Being like, there's a wall. Mew's on the other side of it. Well, I'm going to stop you. Nice Talonflame Unite coming in. Picking up the Leafeon KO. Crash and Compute coming in. Looking to secure a KO. Talonflame goes down. Blissey goes down. The KOs are being reversed. Now the Mew is gone, and it's just Slowbro and Metagross. Metagross getting zoned out as Thanksgiving turns on the Great Green Dragon himself, with JK just going for the rip. Slowbro has Unite move, going to be able to stop this, but we got the walls galore. Their one and only shot at an easy win is now taken from EX Trainers to the side of Thanksgiving. But we have 1 minute left. We are under 100 points now. We can defend this. We can shred it. But with 2 down, it's going to be very, very hard. But 100 points coming in from the Umbreon here. 100 points coming in from the Greninja. We're at 434 to 125. 534 from that sneaky Snorlax. But 45 seconds left. Metagross is back. If we get the KOs, we put the points in our pockets, we could go for this. Make the push. Don't get too caught up on the KOs. There we go. That's 1. Just go for it. Go for it. We have a front tier 1 pad. 30 seconds to go. You got this, EX Trainers. But we are going for the brawl instead. And I believe that is going to be game number 3 in favor of Thanksgiving. Look at that. That's Snorlax being a monster right into their center path. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Look at this. Being a little bit of a nuisance. Going for the KO, not able to get it. Good job, Random Words. Deny the ego at the end. But oh my gosh, what a game, what a set. EX Trainers so close in game number 1 of taking away Thanksgiving's perfect record. But let me tell you, that is all. It was so close. Yo, Black, what's up? Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoyed it. Unfortunately, that is going to be it. This is going to be the last of it, but I do appreciate the follow. We have now hit our sub goal of 150 follows. Well, not our sub goal, but our follow goal. So that's amazing. But to get back into the game here, we have nice 68K off the Metagross, respectable 55 on Chels here, and Willow Mori with 87 on Mew, being able to outdamage everything except Soul on Snorlax. We got Blissey and Slowbro, nice tanking numbers there, being able to body block, put their bodies there to allow their own allies to allow their carries to survive. Huge healing numbers off the Blissey with 71K. but Silver Moon not slacking at all. We didn't need to tank as much damage with the Umbreon or the Crustle because we had Snorlax. We had triple tanks, so that damage is spread out more. But respectable 65Ks from that Wish there. But again, not a whole lot of damage coming out, but you do what you gotta do. Fairy coming in with a respectable 48, but their job was only to hunt down and secure KOs on certain Pokemon. JK and Soul were the ones whose job was to get up and be dirty and to get into their faces to deal that damage. And we saw an excellent Ray Rip at the end there, where we saw the Greninja just ripping the Rayquaza while everybody else completely shut down and zoned with their bulk, those surviving members of EX Trainers. But that is going to be our set for the night. But that doesn't mean we are done yet, because there's still more to go. We're only Thursday into the Zygarde League here, and we still have more games coming up. We do have Ashen Ones versus LX still going on. So if you're still looking for games and looking for Hungry, and if they are still playing those up, we have the link to their Twitch pinned at the top of the chat here. So go check them out. Give them the support and love that the Zygarde League is known for, while we also go over some of these standings here. So we are going to be looking at our standings for the current week 6 of the Zygarde League. We have Thanks Gaming in first place, undefeated, sharing that title with Secret Tech, also undefeated. Hedic is sitting here as well. They are undefeated in the fact that they've only lost, they've lost a set. That's right. Hedic has lost a set. So we have 15 games won, but we have 11 games lost here. We have Shiggy Wiggy in 4th place. It was a hard climb, but they did it. They finally got into the top 4. Shiggy Wiggy, congratulations. That was not an easy climb to do, and I'm glad y'all were able to pull it off. We have Tempo in 5th place, EX Trainers in 6th place. Again, Tempo is typically around this slot here, so they're about doing about average, but where they have been so far for their Zygarde League, they haven't been able to break into the top 4 yet, but they haven't dropped below 5th place. So they are doing really, really strong. EX Trainers, though, has come a long way. They used to be in our bottom 4. Now look at them. They are tied for 5th place with Tempo. Arson, though, has dropped considerably. They were one of our top 4 teams, and they are now dropped into 7th place, with Mew World Order hovering at 8th. They did used to place a little higher, but then they did drop to our bottom 4. But they are back in 8th place, which is the cutoff line for our playoffs. But now we have down in the danger zone. This, at the end of the 11 weeks, if you are in the bottom 4, you are cut from the playoffs. So we want to make sure that we are not part of the bottom 4. But we have Midnight Griefers, who used to be at the bottom of the bottom, but look at them. They are now just inches away from breaking free. So they are coming back, and we are only week 6. We got 5 more weeks after this for them to see. We have Loon X, LX here, coming in to 10th place. Again, we have Hamsters that would placed a little bit higher from them, but since they dropped, Lunex has inherited their stats as well, so that is going to affect a little bit there. But we have No Sweat. No Sweat used to be above the top 4, but now they're sitting near the bottom of it. But they're not a bad team at all. Like, again, you can't let the standings define whether you're good or bad or whatnot. It just sometimes it comes down to luck. We have seen No Sweat come back hard and almost take complete wins off of sets. I think it was against Kedic. I want to say it was either Midnight Griefers or it was No Sweat, where they came back against Kedic and they almost took the set win, but Kedic was able to clutch it out. But then we have the Ashen Ones sitting at the bottom. They inherited Team Meow's stats coming into this league. Now, the interesting thing about Ashen Ones here is they are still looking for their first set win within the league. But when we're looking at like APIs and stuff like that, one thing I did notice is they were taking some wins off of Secret Tech. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So these guys have the potential to do it. It's just come game day, are they able to lock it in? Are they able to come through? What can we get done through it? But that's not all. We're going to take a look at what the rest of the week's matchups are going to be looking like. So we have Mew World Order versus Shiggy Wiggy. I believe that has not happened yet. So I believe that is still one that's coming up. Thanks Gaming versus EX Trainers and Ashen Ones versus Loon X, which has happened tonight. Thanks Gaming takes it 3-0. Ashen Ones versus Loon X. Both are going to be, one of these teams is going to be getting their, one of these teams could be getting their first set win. The other one could be looking at a position to try to push themselves out of top 4. So interesting there. Again, the match link to that one is at the top of the chat. So if it's still going on, go take a look, give them their love and support. Now when we get into the second set here, we do have Tempo versus Midnight Griefers. This one here, I believe, is also still going on, but we have Kedic versus Arson, which I believe is done, completed. And then we have Secret Tech and No Sweat coming in here. And that is actually going to be tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. EST. We're going to be looking at seeing who's going to grab that up. It's probably going to be me. I got to double check my schedule before I lock that in, but we will definitely see who's going to be picking up the Secret Tech No Sweat game. But guys, this has been Zygarde League Week 6. Thanks Gaming versus EX Trainers. I hope you guys had a blast. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed. And again, let's see if we can't find somebody to raid. Maybe we can raid Kanati, who is supposed to be streaming this here. So let's see. Can I? Are they still live? Are they still going? Let's double check. I should have had this all planned out. Oh, I think they are still going. Oh, it is. All right, let's get this up. Let's get this raid going. We want to raid them. Let's send our love their way. All right. Search and filter. There we go. All right, let's send our love their way, folks. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Now let's go cheer these guys on.